Okay, let's talk about the physical layer now. So the physical layer is our wiring layer. It has specifications that are around it, but the specifications that are built around the physical layer are designed to indicate how the cable should be built. So we have Ethernet cabling over copper. And copper Ethernet cabling comes in category 5, 5E, and 6. It uses RJ45 cable ends. Over here in our picture, there are two kinds of category 5 cable here. There's UTP and STP. UTP is unshielded twisted pair. STP is shielded twisted pair. So these top three are unshielded, and the bottom one is shielded. And you know it's shielded because you can see this little aluminum or metal colored wrapper. I doubt it's aluminum, but it's a metal colored wrapper in there that's actually helping protect that wire from receiving crosstalk and other interference. The top three cables here are UTP, unshielded twisted pair, and they lack that metal shield around the wires. The idea behind the shielding is to reduce or eliminate two types of interference. And in the land of networking, we call them two types of interference, but in the world of physics, it's actually just one. So the idea here is that we have radio frequency interference, RFI, and electromagnetic interference, EMI. And the distinction is that RFI is usually from a known source, like a radio transmitter, cell phone, wireless access point, and EMI, electromagnetic interference, comes from things like fluorescent lights that have big transformers in them that create lots of interference. So in either case, if we run a Cat5, 5E, or 6 cable near a radio transmitter or across fluorescent lighting in the ceiling or across or near other highly electromagnetic devices, electrical devices, what's going to happen is that electromagnetic interference that's spewing off from those devices is actually going to corrupt the data that's traveling across our wire. So what we do to resolve that is one of a couple things. We either don't run those Ethernet cables across fluorescent lights and avoid any kind of radio transmitters, or we use shielded twisted pair cable. Serial cables. Serial cables, there are tons of different kinds of serial cables. V.35 is one, DS1 is another. They use a variety of different types of ends. Here we have a smart jack end at one, and this big giant plug at the other end. This big giant plug is a very old school plug. This little smart jack is a newer one. The DS1 cable accomplishes the same thing as this V.35 cable. It just uses RJ45 ends on it, and it uses Cat5 cabling. The difference is that we don't wire the ends of the RJ45 on a DS1 cable the same as we would do for a Ethernet cable using Cat5. So serial cables are used in serial communication to hook up from our device to the telephone company's equipment.